Hi and hello, Let's Play fans. It's your old pal Berg787 back with a brand new Let's Play series. As you can see, we are playing Total War Warhammer II on Legendary Difficulty Mortal Empires as Gor-Rok and Itza. Playing on Legendary, Battle Difficulty very hard, Chaos Invasion off. I've already made my thoughts clear on the Chaos Invasion, even though you can crank it up to Legendary. I think it's pretty much a waste of time as it's currently constructed. I talk a little bit more about it in the Krone Hellebron live stream series that I did previously, so if you want to see that, go to the beginning of that video and find out more. So let's talk about Gor-Rok and Itza in general and their faction effects. So, Right of Resilience, Unbreakable, and defense bonuses for Saurus. So it's a right that we can enact. We get that. Cool. Probably won't be enacting it unless there's some really dire need, because his Sauruses are pretty tough anyway. Starts the campaign with control of Lord Croak, who is a absolute beast. He has a couple of spells which are really like some of the most powerful spells in the game. The Deliverance of Itza, I think it's called. There's like 3 versions of it, but that can really destroy blobs of units almost instantly. He gets +3 recruit rank for Saurus Scar veterans, which we probably will have one in the army. I don't know. So Lizardmen heroes are pretty expensive. Well, Lizardmen in general are pretty expensive. But the heroes even more so, especially once you mount them up, because they are pretty good, don't get me wrong, but they are expensive. He does get -20% upkeep for Saurus units, which you can even get further upkeep bonuses on that, which we'll discuss when we look at his skill tree, but his army is predominantly going to be Sauruses. Even late into the game, he will predominantly be Saurus based. His Lord effects, +5 melee defense when in own or friendly territory, which... cool, and +20% physical resistance when defending sieges, which is not so cool. I mean, cool if you're actually in that situation, but it's not going to come up many times in the series, that's for sure. We start off with a unit of Skink cohort javelins. Yay. A Saurus warriors with shield. These guys are going to make up the bulk of our units throughout the whole campaign, and we will have some Saurus with spears as well. So that's all good. I don't think there's much else to say, so let's get things underway.
Rise, great white lizard! The children of Itza are in need of your martial might, for the enemies of Lostria encroach upon sacred land. The Skaven of Pestilence lurk around Ashlotl, threatening the most important temple city, Itza. They must be exterminated. The twisted, dark elf admiral known as Lokia Fellheart has also landed on our shores, seeking to pillage holy sites. To the south is the baleful plague lord Skrolk. The Skaven are a common enemy of you and the dwarfs, but it remains to be seen whether the Dawi will march from the safety of their mountain holds. You are a creature wholly purposed for war, mighty one. War which you must bring to all invaders. For you are the rock upon which Itza's enemies shall be broken.
Damn straight we are the rock upon which Itza's enemies shall be broken. Okay, how they play Itza. Defenders of Itza. Itza stands out like a lightning rod in a world of darkness, forging a bond of immeasurable strength between Gor-Rok and the venerable Lord Croak. See this chappie here on his floating wheelchair type thing. Where are we? The Great White Lizard may perform the Rite of Resilience to protect the most ancient cities and its sorest population, whilst also calling upon the first of the Slan mage priests to fight alongside him from the beginning of the campaign. Awesome. Geomantic Web. If you've never played as Lizardmen, then you might not know what that is, but the more you can build a specific building in major settlements, which the more you have of them, the more higher level you have of them in obviously different cities, the more bonuses you get to your what do you call it? You know, when you have a whole province and then you can enact an edict. Yeah, that's what it is. You will get more bonuses to that. Blessed Spawnings. Spawning pool of Lustria occasionally bring forth especially gifted warriors that may be recruited on special once special missions have recruited. Yeah, you'll get missions where kill X amount of troops, do this, do whatever in so many turns, and you get random units that you can then recruit into your armies. You don't have to recruit them, they stay there throughout the whole course of the game until you recruit them, but once you recruit them they are gone unless you get another special event to recruit some more. So first chapter objective, the standard for all chapters: sack, raise, blah blah blah, 4 settlements. Our early game plan, if we have a look at diplomacy, let's open this bad boy up. We are at war with Clan Pestilence. They are down here, I believe. Well, they have that settlement. Did it say they only had 2 settlements? It does say they only have 2 settlements. So they have this, and I believe they start off with whatever the name of that settlement is over here. It might actually be Qitsal. I don't think they start off with this then. They must have to come and colonize it. So we need, must, want, will do everything in our power to remove Clan Pestilence. I say as soon as possible. As soon as we're ready, so to speak, because there's going to be a lot of sacking going on of this settlement, because this is quite a long province. We're not really in a position to be able to push forward and just smash them up straight away, so we're going to do a bit of levelling up here. But once we are ready, they are our number one plan: to crush, destroy, kill Clan Pestilence. And then we'll probably remove Lokir Fellheart, and there's another Skaven clan over here who are a piece of crap and may well be destroyed by the time we get round to it, maybe not, don't know. Then once we're done there, probably look to take out the Order of the Lawmasters who are over here, just because we don't want to get into a situation where Tyrion confederates them, because then it just becomes a little bit trickier to deal with. And as we have a look over here in our objectives, we are going to go for a short campaign victory. We need this province. Now, we could obviously military ally with Tyrion or whoever confederates the Order of the Lawmaster should that happen, but I would prefer to own it all myself if possible. And they obviously have to be destroyed, but destroyed in inverted commas. If they are confederated, they no longer exist, so as long as they're not around, and I would rather just destroy them. The Blessed Dread Clan Pestilence, the Awakened, who are here, and Hunts Marshal's Expedition, which is up here. They all must be gonered. And we need to construct 3 star chambers. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Let's go and have a look at Gor-Rok himself. Gor-Rok. So, Protector of Itza. Not the greatest trait, to say the least. I mean, +5 melee defense is quite nice. You're more likely to be fighting in your own territory than you are going to be specifically defending sieges. I guess when these bonuses do kick in those situations, it is pretty nice, but you know, there are better bonuses out there, let's put it that way. Where Gor-Rok really shines is as basically a tank, because he can really get some good stuff, which we'll talk about in a sec, but also just his insane bonuses that he gives to Sauruses as well, making them just like Terminators. Cold-blooded Terminators. I suppose a Terminator from the movie Terminators would be cold-blooded as well, because it's an android. But you know what I mean. They're just super hard. And he's got his mate Lord Croak as well, who we'll talk about in a sec. His special items, he has 2 of them. The Mace of Ulumak. It is believed that the Old Ones themselves guide the hand of he who wields the Mace of Ulumak. So it starts pretty early. I think basically you've got to sack 3 different Clan Pestilence settlements or something like that to actually get the battle. And it's pretty good. It gives him 18% physical resistance, which is pretty beastly, considering he starts off with 15% as well. That's monstrous. The augment is okay. I mean, the 40% plus 40 melee attack is pretty massive. The other two are, nice. But it's a pretty cool weapon. And he also has the Shield of Aeons. 12 Kroxigor were needed to haul this matchless shield to the mainland, and generations of skink artisans laboured to carve it. Plus 15 armour is meh. Plus 30% fire resistance is meh. And truth be told, plus 60 armour and loads of charge defense to his troops is also a bit meh. I mean, Sauruses don't have redonkulous armour. The 60 armour's, it's better than Empire Swordsman or like Orc Boys, but it's not super tanky. It can get better, I think, if we have a look at. Do we get more armour here? Yeah, so you get a bit more armour here, and you get a bit more armour here as well. But it's not great, the Shield of Aeons, by any means. But we'll get it if we can. What else does he have up here? Leadership, aura size, plus 50% and plus 5% leadership in that aura. It's pretty nice. The standard missile resistance, magic resistance he gets there. He gets Honoured Elder, the same as all Saurus generals. I can't remember what they're actual called here. Let me just have a look again. Saurus Old Blood, that's it. So like same as all Saurus Old Blood, they get that. An Honoured Elder, plus 1 public order to all provinces, plus 5% ward save, plus 5% upkeep for Saurus and Cold One units, and a 5% upkeep for Temple Guard. So that's pretty cool. And as I said, all Old Bloods get that. He also gets Unrelenting Assault at level 10. 5% physical resistance and perfect vigor. That's a really nice skill. Really nice. Which then unlocks him getting impassable defenses, plus 10 melee defense, and plus 15% magical resistance. Now, do bear in mind, physical resistance, missile resistance, and magical resistance, and he can get a few of those. When you have the 3 of those combined, you've basically got ward save. So, for example, here we've got 15% missile and physical resistance. If we were to just pop that in, we would basically have a 10% ward save, plus a 5% physical resistance, 5% missile resistance. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. He also gets Protector of Lustria when this is unlocked. 10% physical resistance for Sauruses, and plus 10 melee defense for Saurus and Temple Guards. That's just super good. Unflinching, which gives him the ability merely a flesh wound, which... I'm not in... Hold on. Which one's which? Yeah, merely a flesh wound. Right, so it gives him plus 12 melee attack and plus 6% leadership as long as his hit points are greater than 50%, so it makes him even more of a monster fighter. Replaces To the Death, which is this thing, so it's basically like a weaker version of Unflinching. Alright, it gives you plus 4 extra melee attack, and is it plus 2 leadership? Yeah, plus 2 leadership, and makes him unbreakable. And we also get Mighty Opponent, which gives him plus 10 melee attack, causes terror, and terror cool, but plus 10 melee attack, really nice. And then, if that wasn't enough, he can also go and get the Great White Lizard, which gives him regeneration. Constantly works. Does give him a bit more weakness to fire, which I suppose is counteracted by getting the Shield of Aeons. But that's just awesome as well. So many good skills. Again, like all Saurus Old Blood, he gets to choose a blessing. I think conventional wisdom, most people, especially playing on Legendary, would go with the Blessing of Qitsal, because those Stegodons are pretty powerful, and obviously upkeep 20% for very expensive units like, all those big monsters is pretty nice. But we will be going for the Blessing of Quitsel. Unfortunately, you can only pick one of these, in case you didn't know. This gives our Sauruses plus 10 armour. You might have noticed there's a few armour buffs for Sauruses already, and plus minus 20% upkeep for Saurus and Temple Guard. Since we're going to be primarily a Saurus-based army, it makes sense. We will be taking Inspiring Presence. We're going to grab a couple of points here, well, all 3 points here in Proud Warrior, which at the top level gives plus 8 melee attack and plus 6 armour to Sauruses. And we will have a couple of Stegodons in the army as well, so we will crack a couple of points into, 3 points into Beast Driver as well, which will then unlock Rally, and then obviously a couple of points. Where is it? What we're going to need in Jungle Domination, and I'm presuming it will be Epicentrist. Yeah. Although, you know what, you can probably get away without using that. Does this go to the Stegodons? It does, yeah, it's not particularly great. And Gor-Rok does have a lot of good stuff, so you want to kind of not throw away points to unnecessary stuff, and it's not, I mean, your Saurus, your Stegodons are pretty good without this, so I don't think that's necessarily needed. Getting stand your ground is really good, though. Plus 24 melee defense and 16 leadership to everyone within 40 meters. It's pretty sweet. But before we get pretty much any of that stuff, we will be going Route Marcher, as per standard, as per everything. And we will also be getting Ancient Cunning, because Ambush is pretty handy. And it's just better than these other piles of crap. We will probably put a point in recruitment cost as well, just for the buy, just for shits and giggles, and because we have to put 1 point in one of these free if we're getting free and Ancient Cunning to go up. So we get Draft Master, Lightning Strike. We don't need Casualty Replenishment. There's loads of ways to replenish as Lizard Men, but we will be getting Geomantric Sustenance and Feared and Renowned. So, I mean, by the end of this all, our Sauruses are going to be dirt cheap. Let's put it that way, because you've got this 5% upkeep, we will have this 20% upkeep, and then we will have another 15%, and then another 8%. So super duper cheap. And then in their research, there's also, I think, a way to lower the upkeep of Sauruses as well. So we're pretty cheap Sauruses. Not quite as cheap as what Krokgar can get them, but not far off. So that's Gor-Rok. And here's the big man himself, Lord Kroak, legendary Slan, the eldest of the fabled first generation and an original relic priest. Kroak labours tirelessly to further the great plan. You can replenish your troops, you can train them, you can simulate growth, you can boost income and discover undercities. But that's all mumbo-jumbo. What we really want him for are these two. Deliverance of Itza 2, Deliverance of Itza 3. Deliverance of Itza 1 is okay. I mean, if you're super low on Winds of Magic, you would use that, but really you're going to be cranking out these two. This one is standard, this one's your sort of normal one, this one is when there's a real big mosh pit. But he's just amazing, man. He's just so good. Replenishment's great. He's even got skills down here which you're not even going to get to because there's too many other good things. But look at this. Great Award of the Old Ones available at rank 12. 5% for all ward save for all units in your army. That's so good. He starts off with the Supreme Shield of the Old Ones as well, which is super good. Plus 44% damage resistance, and that's from the very start. It starts at 44 damage resistance. You can plonk this down, and it basically anyone within those 40 meters gets it. It lasts, I think, 18 seconds. Does it last a bit longer at the top level? No, it doesn't. The cooldown, I think, becomes. Hold on. So, what's the difference between level 2 and level... So, level 2, it drops from 120 seconds to 90 second cooldown, and then it drops to 60 second cooldown. That's pretty much it. But, I mean, pretty much it. It's awesome skill. Eternal Guardians, okay. First Spawning, really cool. Plus 5 Public Order to local province. 10% research rate, really nice. And they've got a lot to research, Lizardmen. This is quite handy as well, in case he gets wounded. He comes back basically the next turn. He gets quite a few buffs there to, well, negates enemy Winds of Magic, buffs his own, gets 8 there, 20 there, gets some magic resistance, causes terror, he gets regeneration as well, and physical resistance, but really, it's just these two. His stuff over here, Greater Arcane Conduit, good, we want that. Rolling Skies, minus 20%, 24% speed, minus 20% melee defense on any cast, and it targets units that are flying. I mean, very situational. Exorcism again, I mean, whatever. I mean, alright. Shield of Safri, though, we will certainly be grabbing this. Gives everyone plus 11 melee damage resistance for 9 seconds whenever he casts a spell. That's pretty good. But generally speaking, he doesn't like. It looks like there's a lot of stuff here, but there isn't. He gets 40 points. You can pretty much almost get a point. You can pretty much get everything barring like 1 or 2 skills, I think. I think once you max him out at level 40, it's kind of like you're left with, let's say you've got everything other than these 3, I think you can get like 2 of these 3. I think it's like literally 1. I can't be bothered to count them all. You could do it in your own time if you wish, but you can almost get every point here. So eventually a lot of this stuff will be taken. It's just you want to grab this stuff first and some of this stuff. Anyway, that was a lot of yaddering. So what we're going to do, pop him in the army. We're going to fight them. They'll run off. We'll sack the city, And I've just realised, hold on one second, I don't know if you can see this, but I've just opened that up and got rid of it. Yeah, so we're going to do that, and then we're basically just going to keep sacking the city to build up experience and get a bit of a better army. So we're not going to buy any troops just yet. We are going to wait till we get to level 2, because we've got time, and we want to get shielded versions. There's no point buying these ones and then having to replace them with shielded versions when we can just wait and get the shielded versions. We will also build a gold mine, and we will rank this up to level 2. And we're going to go and see if we can get some trade agreements. Not with you. Nope.
Aye. Honor to your ancestors.
Nope. Well, that's a bit of a shame. No one wants to trade with us, but hey-ho. Never mind. Sort out camera settings. Okay. Is there anything else I want to look at before we start? I think that's pretty much it. Discuss tactics, discuss what our plan is, looked at the heroes. Let's go.
Think me fool!
I mean, I just thought it resolved. It's not a hard fight, it's just more of an annoying fight than anything else. Bang in a sack. We can't quite get back, but we will run back into our territory just to get healing. We will grab some Brute Marcher. We will also... we don't necessarily... We do want to grab this, obviously. But we don't necessarily need it straight away, because we're not going to have a fight that we really need it for until we level up a couple more times. So I actually think just banging in a little bit of extra growth here, just to help things getting up. Because another reason why you don't want to just sprint off down here and try and fight, try and take on Clan Pestilence, is you can't maintain public order. And this is quite a long province. So you can't really leave Itza until you're at level 3 anyway, and you can get a bit of public order under control, because you get you don't even have to actually throw in the public order building, which is over here. You can probably control it to a certain degree with sort of a combination of these, where you get a bit of public order here and untainted, and a bit more untainted, because that's the main reason why you're going to start to see more public order, because the scathe and taint's going to go up. But anyway, yeah, the gist is that we can't really leave here until we get to level 3. So there you go. I think that's it. So let's end the first turn. Cool. 23 minutes almost into the episode, and we've finally done turn 1. But you love it. You love me talking about what I'm going to do. That's why you watch, right? Well, I hope that's why you watch. The Mace of Ulamuk. Raise or sack 3 different settlements belonging to the following race. Skaven. The astromancers have spoken. The signs show that the Mace of Ulumak has been taken deep underground by the foul ratkin. Chase them down into their dens and wrest your rightful tool back. Yeah, we will do. We certainly plan on doing so. That's reasonably nice. Magic item chance. We obviously want more magical items, because they can get some really good stuff. Not really care too much about the chance of stealing a magical item, but certainly grabbing more is pretty good. I'm going to grab Bonded Service first. Well, it doesn't particularly matter. Oh, there is something else that we forgot to discuss. Lord Croak does come with a fair few weapons, and we didn't talk about his trait either. So he already starts off with plus 20 growth to local province, which is quite nice, because we're going to be hanging out in our local province for a bit. Plus 10 leadership for Hero's Army, really nice, and plus 3 untainted. He's a real untaint merchant, is Lord Croak. You get a few good things to remove taint. He comes fully kitted out, as you can see. He gets the Glyph of Potek, plus 10% hit points, plus 5% ward save for the accompanying lord. So he transfers that to Gor-Rok if he's obviously in his army. And he also gets plus 18% weapon strength when fighting against Vampire Counts, Vampire Coast, and Tomb Kings. I very much doubt we will be fighting the former and the latter, but the one in the middle we will be fighting a bit. He does have pretty decent weapon strength. I mean, his melee attack is pretty crap, but if he actually hits, it's pretty good. His weapon is the ceremonial mace of Malachite. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. Gives 15% magic resistance to all units in the hero's army, which is awesome, and plus 10 weapon strength. The Amulet of Itza gives him plus 10 winds of power magic reserves and plus 30% magical resistance. He also has the Golden Death Mask, gives him a bit more melee defense. I mean, his melee defense at the moment is 17 anyway, so just imagine how pitiful it would be without that 5. It does give him some missile resistance, and it also has a constant hex around him of minus 9 melee attack to all enemies within a 55 meter radius, which is obviously a bit bigger than the standard 40 meter radius, so that's really good, that Golden Death Mask. And finally, he has the Standard of the Sacred Serpent. Plus 3 public order, local province. He increases the hero replenishment rate by 5%. That's without giving him any points. Obviously, you can get 3 points into that as well through his skills. And he causes fear when fighting Chaos and Norska. We're also going to give him this Artifact Hunter, just for now. And level him up some more. So yeah, we really want to grab these as quickly as possible, then probably bump up his Winds of Magic reserves, because they're not the most expensive spells. I think for how powerful they are, they're amazing value, but obviously they're still not super cheap. Like an Overcast version, this is 14, but until we get the Overcast, 17, 11, we want as much magic as possible, because we want to be casting that as much as possible. Let's go and just see if we can get these trade agreements, non-aggression packs. Beating up on Clan Pestilence should help. Doesn't seem to have done much.
Honor to your ancestors. No way.
Everyone's being a douchebag to us at the moment, which I'm not particularly happy about, but hey ho. The Cult of Sotek have declared on Clan Mange. Mangi. Right. Oh, we grabbed another one. And we've got income from sacking settlement. Find the baubles of the dead and dying. Take them for your own. Will do. Let's just have a little look at the rites very quickly. Rite of Primeval Glory. It summons like a bit of a powerful dinosaur army to your capital, and it gives all armies the ability of Feral Cold Ones, so you can summon a unit of 3 times a unit of Feral Cold Ones. This army, if it was free, like if you just had to pay this amount and it stayed with you for X amount of turns, this would be an awesome rite. But the fact is that you have to pay upkeep for all of these units. You don't get it for free. So it's, I guess, like a break glass in case of emergencies army, but don't expect to see it very often in this campaign. We have the Rite of Ferocity, which is quite handy to pump in if you're going to be recruiting quite a few units. We might possibly bump it in quite early doors once we get our level 2 barracks, so we can get the Saurus that we want. Rite of Awakening, if we want to use Slan Mage Priests, and we probably will want one at least, to lead an army, then we need to use the Rite of Awakening, or possibly confederate someone who already has some. And finally the Rite of Resilience, which is our special Itza Rite, which I think we mentioned before, plus 10 melee defense for Saurus and Temple Guard units, also makes them unbreakable and gives them expert charge defense, which, in case you're wondering, expert charge defense, so regular charge defense is only against large units, I believe. Expert charge defense means the charge bonus of anything that charges at your unit is negated. So there you go. So 1 turn away from there, then we can start building that, and that'll be another 2 turns, so in about 3 turns time we will start recruiting our army proper. Bang in that ambush chance. Deliverance of Itza for you. And end turn. Hello. Do I want them to join the war against Pest? Yeah, why not? Why not? I mean, feel free to send an army over if you wish. Even if you take some of their land, I'll just fight you anyway. So, all good. Right, let's get that in. Let's upgrade that to level 2. We also want... We kind of want both of these, really, don't we? Not just because for the growth and the money, but they also do unlock technologies. This at level 2, the Tablet of Crafts, and this at level 1, Tablet of Spawning. So let's put them both in. And enter. Oh crap! Did I forget to? Oh, I did. That was a bit silly of me. I forgot to go and sack the city. Never mind. I was too excited about my new troops. Now, we're not going to be able to do this indefinitely. Eventually, they are actually going to send over a proper army. It's going to get a bit more hairy. But for now, we shall keep on keeping on. We do have the ability to research. This will also unlock a research path once we get to a level 2 barracks. But for now, we'll put a turn into recruitment cost for skink and chameleon skinks because we've got nothing better. Well, we've got nothing else to recruit. Sorry, research. So we shall do that. Well, actually, let's just go and see. See, these guys now super happy about our efforts of sacking multiple times their settlements. So maybe we can finally get that trade agreement. Yeah, good times. Same with these chaps.
Aye. Let's hear what likely.
Not yet, but we can't be far away. I will obviously be looking to confederate to Henowan if I can. And I will flavour up his army if I do get him. He has flavour geared towards skinks. And we will use a skink army if we can confederate it. Oh, that's quite nice, actually. I'm quite pleased about that the Blessed Dread declared on Clan Pestilence, because if nothing, it just diverts Clan Pestilence attention slightly. So if nothing else, that's what happens. And, you know, possibly they even take some of their stuff and help us make it even easier for us to destroy them. Pardon me. And we're going to have to destroy the Blessed Dread anyway, so that's always nice when your enemies fight each other. Yeah. I mean, there's better things we could have got, that's for sure. But I mean, we've got 3 of these now, and we can only use 1 of them. Alright. We can now as well start recruiting some units, so we shall. Oh, hold on. We also want to start researching this Tablet of Sauruses because we've unlocked it with our level 2 barracks, and we're obviously going to basically research these next 3 because they're all Saurus based. So plus 5%, plus 5 melee defense for Saurus units, awesome. Plus 10% weapon strength, awesome, and plus 5 melee attack, brilliant. But I think I'm just going to pop this right in as well. Why not? We'll get units a little bit higher ranked. Sounds like a good plan to me. And we've got an extra recruitment slot as well to get our army up a bit quicker. Ancient Cunning it is. And let's go Greater Arcane Conduit. Recharge that bit quicker. Now our army won't be exclusively Sauruses. Even in the early part of the game, we will look to get some some of these bad boys. Obviously not here, because we can't get them. We're not going to be building them in Itza, but one of the other two settlements we will certainly look to grab them, because oh, sorry, these guys. Chameleon skinks are good. I like them. It's always, and especially your army's really slow when you've just got loads of Sauruses, so it's nice to have something that can chase some things down. So it's quite handy. I mean, I probably will grab some skink cohorts anyway, just so we still have that option early doors. But right now, I just want more Sauri. Nice. I mean, it'd be awesome if we can actually get lightning strike before we're in a position where we're actually going to go and fight the Skaven, who haven't come over here yet. They're not at war with them. No,
let's hear what you have to say. We'll hear. Sure.
That's all good.
I
wonder if they would join our war. No, they wouldn't. Can we get anyone else to jump in? Probably not. But, you know, I'm not against it. Cool. Now, you don't normally see their armies come out and do anything, but it would be a little bit annoying if they took this settlement. I don't think they will, but if they did, yeah, it would annoy me slightly. But hopefully, Clan Pestilence will go after them a little bit as well, just to, you know, divert their attention. I mean, we all know the AI loves to focus on the player, but, you know, more enemies you have, the more maybe they'll not solely focus on me. Alright, let's lower the cost of those. That's not bad. It's not bad. I've seen worse weapons. The Sacred Stegodon Helm of Itza. One that wears the helm is accorded the reverence due of a slan, for it is a mighty symbol of power. So plus 4 armor, plus 20 charge bonus, but plus 5 melee defense. Pretty good. Pretty good. I like my heroes and lords to have as much melee defense as they can possibly get. Up to Draftmaster. Good. Oh crap, I realised that I've got 5 of these. I didn't want 5 of these, so I'm just going to get rid of one. I only want 4. 1, 2, 3. I do want 3 of those. So that would give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then some skinks, yeah. The one problem that we've got early doors is that until we get a dinosaur, and by dinosaur I mean something like, let's say this, not that this is what I'm looking to get, but something that has siege attacker, we have to besiege a walled settlement, which is quite annoying. There are ways round this. We could get lucky and get a quest where we will get some sort of dinosaur in the blessed, basically in this, the blessed spawning pool. We haven't actually had a quest yet for that, and that would be pretty nice, because again, I do like to be able to besiege a settlement and attack it at the same turn, but you know, we shall wait. What's the first big monster that we can get that has... Oh, it's way off. Basically here I think these sacred Croxigors, and they're not until level 23 anyway, so right, forget about that. We are was that 2 turns away from being able to start to build level 3. I'm surprised they've not actually sent anyone over here yet. They must be encountering way more problems than what I thought they would from the Blessed Dread. Hello, mate. No, I don't want a defensive alliance just yet. At some stage we'll get that, but not now. Not now, friend. Okay, everything's built. Technology's powering along. And for now, I don't see the point in... I'll keep it at 18. I don't need the extra 2 troops. Save like a little bit of cash as well. And it gives us room that if we're out and about somewhere and we do get some Blessed Spawn with some decent units, then we can hire them. Man, we keep getting this, and we can only use one at the moment. Let me just make sure. Yeah, he has the fan weaver in there. I wasn't 100% sure if that had actually been put in. I'll do that. All good. And turn. I might actually start staying in their territory now, just so that we can trigger a rebellion just to get it out of the way. We do have enough. We just don't have. We do have enough growth now. We don't have enough money, which is a bit frustrating. Hey ho. Research the following items into advance the Lizardman's great plan even further. That sounds really, that's really weirdly worded, I think, but anyway. Ooh, not great. Not gonna lie, not great. Would have preferred something else, but Blessed Kroxigors do have siege attackers, so we could certainly, not just Blessed versions, but Kroxigors in general, so, you know, we might well pick one up when we go on besiege somewhere, just to be able to do it that same turn. What do we need to do? Win 2 battles, current total 1. We've got 20 turns to do it. The snakes migrate in great numbers, a sure sign that Sotek demands action from one of his chosen priests. If they are worthy, then their cohort will be blessed with a sacred spawning. Cool. Alright, we got a rat spawn sacrifice. The ancient enemy, virulent and plague-ridden, makes the best sacrifices, so we get +4 leadership when fighting Skaven. Yay! But we do have Lightning Strike, which is what we were basically looking to get. Yeah, I'm going to stay in our territory for now. Oh, in their territory, rather, I should say. Do I want to grab the Shield of Safri? I do, yes, but not yet. I think I want to boost my Winds of Power reserves. Thank you very much. Could make the argument to grab this as well, but for now we're okay, I think. Will we have enough money next turn? Oh, it's incredibly close, isn't it? Just about. We'll just about have enough money to bump that up to level 3. Let's make our Sauruses that much stronger. Let's have a look at them for now. So, this is a rank 3 unit of Saurus. 60 armour with a shield. 88 leadership, pretty good. Speed 31, bit on the slow side. Melee attack's a little down, but 42 melee defense for a rank. Well, it's technically a tier 2 unit, but it's kind of like a tier 1.5. Really good. Weapon strength 52. I mean, Orc infantry wishes that they were like Sauruses. They wish that they were like... I mean, Orc Biggins wish they were Sauruses. Straight up. And they're both tier 2 units, and these guys just piss all over Orc Biggins. To the point it's sad. I feel bad for Orc Biggins. Oh, so we can get a trade agreement with you. I'm not paying you for it, though. It should be a privilege for you. Yeah, there you go. Imagine me paying you 100 gold for that. Alright, knowledge regained. The discovery of an ancient plaque plague. I can't even speak. The discovery of an ancient plaque has revealed lost knowledge, which may increase the magical effectiveness of the great Slan Mage Priest. But not by much. But even a small geomantic advantage may contribute to the advancement of the great plan. However, such things are expensive to research, and so must be carefully considered. Will you commit your precious resources in furtherance of the old one's designs, or is such a minimal gain not worth the cost? Okay, so we can basically give 1,000 gold to get plus 20 magic power reserves for all armies for the next 10 turns. Normally, I would do that. We can do nothing. Knowledge can wait. Since I want to build my tier 3 settlement, unfortunately, knowledge is going to have to wait. Oh, look at that. We have the fight for the Shield of Aeons, which is, meh. And we're not going to go and do that just yet. Alright, let's get this up to level 3. And let's go and sack this again. We have our Blessed Spawn Croxigors. Plus 7 melee attack and plus 5 weapon strength. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice indeed. Thank you very much, Skaven Hovel. Back over here. Yeah, there's no reason to not keep ploughing on ahead though with Geomantic Sustenance. I think before we get to Feared and Renowned, I think we will be able to choose the Blessings of Qitsal. It's at rank 10, so yeah, basically the next rank we will get 20% upkeep reduction on Saurus and Temple Guard, plus 10 armor, and then we'll continue that way until we get to Feared and Renowned. Now, the one annoying thing about Blessed Spawn units is that they always start on 0 rank. So whilst obviously Regiments of Renown start on rank 9, or you might be able to recruit stuff depending on rights or your lord's abilities and stuff like that at higher ranks, Blessed Spawns always rank 0, always rookies, which is annoying. I mean, they don't cost anything, so you can just spawn them. We can just grab them, and I think you can just grab them anywhere, because we're not actually in our territory, are we? Yeah, so you can grab them anywhere, which is quite nice. But it kind of sucks if you've got, they're not great for just replacing a Saurus. In a pinch, yes, but you kind of don't want... You know what I mean? It's just annoying. It'd be nice if you could get them at higher ranks, but maybe they'd be a bit OP at that stage if you could. Some people might say that they're OP already. It is a really nice thing to have, though, because again, you don't have to use them up. You can just have them sitting there until you need them. It's not like they're on a time limit or something like that. Cool. Unfortunately, we can't actually step in, can we? If we step in, we will negate the rebellion. Oh, man. That's pretty good as well. Now, that's given me actually something to think about. Plus 7 melee attack, plus 5% weapon strength. I do like the extra 7 melee attack, because Gor-Rok, I mean, his job is to tank, not necessarily to kill, but so giving him extra weapon attack is quite nice. But to be honest, I think this is probably more beneficial. That 9 melee attack extra to any Saurus, or anyone in general near him, plus himself, makes more sense, doesn't it? Yeah, I really want to get to that. Although at the same time, I'm going to actually take that before I take that anyway. But I suppose we can just put this... what else am I going to put it in? That? Oh, maybe. Don't really care about these two. Yeah, okay. No, actually, I'm going to go here, and then when I get to 11, I'll go here, and then 12, bang, 13 there. Okay, so that's my plan. There we go. I'm glad I knew what I was doing. So yeah, I don't I'm going to have to pop back into our land here, even though it's going to make it take an extra turn, because I want to be able to attack this army twice. What are you doing there, Mr. Little Rodent? Yeah, I want to be able to attack this rebel army twice to maximise experience. So what we're going to do is go back and attack these guys. Kill cohort of Sotek. Having survived the Skaven onslaught that destroyed their home, now they follow the Serpent God to the very end times if necessary. Cool. And then we're going to sprint it back into our territory a little bit, and then next time we'll go and fight this rebellion. Meanwhile, we've got the blessing of Quitsel. By your scales be you blessed by the divine protector. Boom. That's made our money jump up quite a bit as well, which is pretty nice. Alright, we said we were going to go here next, and then there next, and then there. That guy's annoying me. He needs to stop what he's doing. Wolfric the Wanderer. Oh, Spine of Sotek, eh? Attacking Clan Mange. Hold on. Blood sacrifice. Relations with a nearby settlement have deteriorated. Their interpretation of the Great Plan may be at odds with the Old One's intentions. Your Slan Mage Priest informs you of a new ritual to recharge the geomantic web. But the price is a sacrifice. Will you raid for captives and sacrifice them, or leave your neighbours be? As time may yet prove your vision correct. Okay, so what we can do is sacrifice them, which gives us more winds of magic. Our diplomatic relations drop with the Spine of Sotek, or we can increase them. I mean, we're trading with them. We have a non-aggression pact with them. Losing 10 relations I don't think is going to do anything to hinder that, so I'm happy to take the extra 14 magic reserves. You know what's quite annoying?
The council is disappointed.
Is that we might not be able to actually attack these twice this turn, but we'll try. That's a lot of rat ogres. We'll fight this manually, just because we have to if we want to fight them twice. And two, it's 52 minutes into this episode and we haven't actually had a manual fight yet. So maybe rectify that. Do you reckon we can fire on them from there? I kind of don't think that we can. Since we have rat ogres, or rogers, as some people like to call them, some people being me, we will basically set up like this. So 3 banks with the spears in front. These guys will be further ahead doing their stuff. You're in here, you're in here, and I haven't left anyone over there. Nope, I have not. We will gamble because, you know, 5 is pathetic. There we go, that's better. Let's have a look at our wonderful rows of skinks. Hola, skinks! Coming by, doing their little wiggle. There's the big toad. Where's the white lizard? There he is. There he is. Look at him shuffling. Here's Mr. Floaty McFloaty with his rhino horns. Smoking slightly. I don't know what's going on there, whether that's mind-altering smoke or not, but we'll see. These are all my spear dudes. Here are my club dudes. Yeah. That's it. Oh crap, have they just steamed into us? I wasn't expecting that. You might want to drop back. Everyone can halt. Let them get a charge. There we go. It's all going good. That's it, you just charge into spears, I love it. Let's drop a little one of those on here. I kind of don't want you in there though. This is just protecting our dudes. It's all fine, I'm not even using my dudes behind. Fire on them. Can you pull out? I don't know where my other guys went. Oh, there they are. Alright, that's one unit down. Let's power in on you. We could probably charge in with our spears over here. Let's just drop one over here. It's not a brilliant deliverance of Itza, but that would do. Oh crap, they just dropped their crap on me. Go. Delete them. Let's get you around here. It's all fine. I suppose I could drop another one. It's not quite as good against large units like that as it is against units like as it is against infantry. That's what I'm trying to say. Right, that warp lightning is quite annoying. Fire on them. Fire on them. You can come back here. Stuck in there. Get a bit of damage resistance going. These guys just keep coming back, eh? Alright, chase them. I don't know how many of these I'm actually going to be able to finish off because, well, obviously my troops are pretty slow and theirs are pretty quick. These skinks should be able to chase down their infantry at least. Or maybe they can even chase down their roguers actually now, that would be pretty good. Not really sure what they're doing to them, like nibbling at their ankles or something like that. And they're speed 46, how fast are these guys? These guys one slower than them. Fuck me. That can't be correct, can it? Roguers should be much slower, yet they seem like much quicker, which is rather strange. Look at that. Just can't catch. Can't catch, won't catch. Man, this is why you need chameleon skinks to do this job, because they have like way more ammo than these bums. But alas, I cannot get chameleon skinks yet. Well, I mean, technically, if I really, really wanted them, I could build the building and grab them, but Well, actually, I couldn't just yet. I have to wait for my settlement to get to level 3. But anyway, my point is that I'm not that desperate for them. These skink cohorts can, you know, do that job just for now. Kill and eat. We can catch them. That's good. Which we will. Alright, we're going to give... Oh, but first spawning's pretty good as well, but not yet. We will give all of our units in our army 5% ward save and clean up a bit with the taint. Alright, bye. Just in case you're wondering, we could do this, which we won't because we're a bit damaged. We could do this, which I suppose we could if we had nothing better to do, but we do. So we're going to eat some more rats. Rat meat. And make our way back over here. Ooh, the Crown of Command. Wow. Wow. Alright, let's head back to Geomantic Sustenance. Keep increasing our funds by lowering our costs. I mean, until he gets perfect vigor, I know this does recover his vigor a bit, but he can get perfect vigor. But until he does, I actually prefer the Potion of Speed. Actually, I always prefer the Potion of Speed over the Crown of Command. Very, very few situations where that might be reversed. Alright, yeah, Lord Croak can carry that, I suppose. That's fine.
You must die.
You'd think you'd be a bit scared living that close to an active volcano, but no. Cool, our Saurus have plus 10% weapon strength now. Oh, look at that positive growth. Every day, more of your followers flock into the city. Fear of some terrible peril or enemy horde will murder them without the protection of its walls. That's true. You don't want to stay outside the walls. I mean, you've got volcanoes, rats, you know, sacred pools, random blue stuff, you know. You want to get in them walls. Alright, we're at level 3. Like the city is at level 3. We do have 2 special buildings, which I suppose we could have discussed. We get the Emerald Pool, which gives plus 10 growth to all provinces. All provinces, that's really good. And plus 5% casualty replenishment rate for all armies. That's really good as well. Plus it gives us 100 bundles of this medicinal plant, rather, you know, quote unquote, which we can sell to hippies. And then we get the vaults of the old ones. Not bad, not, yeah, I mean, there's better buildings. I mean, it's good, you know, plus 10 diplomatic relations makes confederating a bit easier with other lizard men. By the time you get it, you shouldn't really have many Skaven armies to be fighting, so that 20 against Skaven is pretty pointless. Doesn't really matter against Beastmen warherds either. And, well, I guess with no Chaos Invasion, that's not really matter with those either. I mean, 10% plus 10 leadership, generally speaking, to all armies is pretty nice. As is the Untainted, because there's a lot of taint in this area. I mean, we've got like undead vampire, like undead pirates over there, and rats and crap like that. But you know, maybe we'll see. What we really want to build is, well, we want this. I think we'll go this because we do want some Skink Priests, not necessarily for our army, but we do want them like to do a bit of scouting right now and, you know, just general have a look around the map. So we will build that, and I think I'm going to stick this in because this unlocks us a new technology as well as giving us a bit of public order for now, and then that will enable us to actually leave the area. And let's get a bit more growth. Now, we have to be a little bit careful because we, you know, don't actually know what's out there. They could have reinforced with an army. So we're going to pop up to here. We're going to lay a little ambush. Now, it did say 100% chance of success, but that's bullshit because 100% doesn't exist in this game. But we do have 100%. But we don't have 100% because 100% doesn't exist. But even though it did say we had a 100% chance of ambush, let's see. We will go to sequence of massed combat. Each spawning of Saurus act as one on the battlefield, acting in perfect coordinated manner to crush the enemies of the old ones. +5 melee attack Saurus units. So let's look at our Saurus. Up to 57% weapon strength. Nice. Nice. It's pretty good. Hello, Tehonoan. How can I help? You would like a defensive alliance, would you? Well, I wouldn't. Bye. Hello. You would like military access? I suppose there's no harm in that. There you go. Maybe I should have charged them for it, actually, but no, too late. Can we reach? It seems that we can reach. Jog on. I think I'm going to occupy. Alright, this settlement has some special buildings, so we can get some limber timber. I'm falling timber. Yeah, no, I'm not going to sing that song. So we can get some timber to trade. But we do have this building, the Chameleon Shrine. In Konalxa Shrine, do the chameleon skinks give thanks to the old ones who preserve and enhances them. So it unlocks the recruitment of skink chiefs. It gives us +2 recruit rank to skink chiefs. And it also gives recruit rank to +1 to skink and chameleon skinks in all provinces, and gives us 4 chameleon skinks to our garrison here, which is all well and good. Skink chiefs are quite nice to have, especially as scouts, because they're super cheap. I mean, that's like one of the cheapest heroes that you can get for 96 upkeep. That's like redonkulously cheap. Now, I know I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the video that Lizardmen heroes can get quite expensive. They can get quite expensive because you can put these guys on Stegodons, which bump up their cost from like 96 upkeep to like 500 upkeep, and that's quite expensive. But, you know, you're on a Stegodon, so trade-off. But as scouts, just wandering around, and believe me, you do want scouts in this jungle. I mean, you want scouts anyway on Legendary to see what's ahead of you. You never want to get, you know, caught with your pants down unless you have to. But these guys are some of the most cost-effective scouts that you can get. That is for sure. If only they could block armies instead of hinder replenishment. That'd probably make them better. And you can even use them in your armies. They're not. I mean, you want them at higher levels, and you can get them at quite high levels as well later on in the game. But I mean, at low level, they're not particularly great other than replenishing troops. But you can replenish troops pretty easily with Lizardmen, so not really that necessary in an army. But I wouldn't say that you're wrong to have them in your army either. So at low level, that is. All right, let's build that. I suppose we can throw some wood in, right? We are tradie wading. So yeah, let's do that. We've got quite a few trade partners, so I think it's a good move. Now we could go down here, toughen up our Sauruses a bit before we grab Fear and Renowned. But that extra 5% movement range is pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. So I think we will do this and then go there. And I think, whilst I really do want that, if we're going to start to move away from Itza, then we're going to have to get a bit more public order, and that's exactly what that does, and gives us some more research rate, which is quite good. So obviously that's -1, but that's going to calm down a little bit once we... we're going to lose -10 of that for conquest penalty, and then that will start to go down provincial instability as well. We really need, though, a scout. Really need a scout. Because I'm slightly baffled that we haven't seen one army. Like proper army. I know they've hired a couple of lords here whilst we've been sacking the settlement, but the fact that we haven't seen a proper army from Clan Pestilence worries me somewhat. I mean, you've got the right idea in paying me, Hugrim Red Axe. That's correct. I would have been quite insulted if you had been expecting money and a defensive alliance, but no, I'm gonna have to turn that down. I'm sorry. Ooh, recent spawnings have favoured the artisan skinks over the Saurus warrior caste. Indeed, workers are important to the great plan. Yes, they are. But the world is threatened from within also and must be defended. You must be prepared for whatever foul ploy the vile servants of the ancient enemy or the great horned rat may unleash. So, I mean, we don't really need either of these. It gives us a -50% recruitment cost for either skinks, chameleon skinks, or sauruses. We'll go sauruses just for the odd chance that we might have to replace some sauruses for some reason, but you know, we're not really going to need either. We certainly do want to bump this up actually, but I just wanted to get those other buildings being built. And in 4 turns, I'm just thinking. It's always good to unlock everything that you can unlock, I suppose. We can grab a bit more money here. We could put this in and get the tablet of monuments plus some more public order. At the moment, what goes on here? So regional control, because we're in the -75 to -100. We have 0 campaign line of sight for our local regions, which sucks. Our buildings are more expensive, we have less growth, but we do have more public order because of it, obviously. Recruitment costs a little bit higher. Yeah, I think we are going to drop that in because we're making over $2,000 a turn. That's pretty nice, and that's going to go down even. Well, it's going to go up, I suppose, even more once we level up one more time because we're able to get Vietnam out. Hello, a military alliance with me? No, my friend, not right now. Let me vanquish all the foes that need vanquishing first, and I know that you can't cause me any trouble. Then we'll get a military alliance. You would like a non-aggression pact? Okay, that sounds fair enough. Who are you fighting with anyway? The World Walkers. Yes, that would be reasonable since you're Nekai's vassal or something like that. So yeah, okay. Right, let us grab a Skink Priest. So what have we got? We've got Pompous. That's actually quite nice, that. So it lowers the leadership of the enemy by 4 in the local region. He doesn't have to be in your army, he just needs to be in the region of where you're fighting. So that's quite good. Yeah. That is quite good. I mean, our ambush success, it's already at 100%, so we don't really need that. So yeah, Pompous, we'll grab this guy. That's pretty good. I mean, with him being a Skink Priest of Beasts, chances of him ever turning up in one of our armies is slim to none. But, he is Pompous. That is pretty handy. Is there anything we can give him? Not really, because this basically doesn't apply to him unless he's actually in an army. Okay. Ooh, Cult of Sota. I didn't realise we could trade. I've been sitting here, not trading with you like an idiot. Deary me. 600 gold and a trade agreement to Henuan. I think that sounds like a bargain. You don't think it sounds like a bargain, obviously. Let's see what we can do to change your mind. 500 gold. How about that? That sounds fair. Yeah, I thought as much, my friend. I thought as much. We're obviously on the same wavelength. We'll see each other later when you join my wonderful Itza clan, race, whatever we are. Yes, that. Alright. Oh, and we've encountered the spirit of the jungle. Oh, hello, Luther Harkon. You've declared war on me? You are very unreliable, aren't you? And you hate lizard men. That would make sense why you've declared war on me. But, never mind. I mean, you're on my hit list anyway. We'll come to you in a bit. I've got rats to kill first. And then a weird squiggly man. Or a squiggly elf, I suppose. No, Hugh Grimm. No military alliance with you. You're on my hit list as well. You just don't know that yet. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can try and get this up to level 3. I feel like it might be a waste of money. But, you know, maybe it won't be. I mean, what I mean is, like, we might get, like, backdoored before we can get this up to level 3. Which would sting. Which would sting me real bad. Let's bang that in as well. I wonder if I can get some money out of these guys. Hello, Lord. Whatever that's pronounced. Locked. How about... Oh, you would like a defensive alliance. I don't want a defensive alliance, but I could give you military access for a small fee of 500 gold. No, you don't like that. What about for 300 gold? No, you don't like that either. What about if you just gave me 500 gold? So you would rather just give me 500 gold than get military access, which you kind of already half want for 500 gold. That's very interesting. Let's see what happens. Okay. But I do want some money because I would like to build those walls this turn, at least start building them. So what about 400 gold? That seems more reasonable, doesn't it? Alright. I think 300 gold will probably do the trick. Great. That now puts me on 1200, and I believe these walls cost 1500. Yes, they do. Okay, so I need to go on... Well, I was going to say beg, but, you know, I'm Gor-Rok. I don't beg. I turn up and ask politely. Hello, friend. 300 gold? Tehenowin. We're really good friends. You're going to give me 300, right? What about for some military access? Okay. You've come talk to me a few times. Give me some money. Yeah. Alright, let's get those walls up. Well, I say walls. Let's get a garrison. Aha. I see what's going on. What's happened over here? The Cult of Sotek have declared on the Hunts Marshal's expedition. Is that how they did it? Look, they handed a little scroll over to another skink. It's an interesting way of doing it. Wander down, get a free rank. Well, I say a free rank. Pay 775 gold. Their actions are expensive. That's rather frustrating. Considering I can't get my gold mine upgraded this turn anyway, I could do it next time. Alright, go on, get a free level out of this, I suppose. Who do we have here? Vecteek the Mad.
No, you failed.
He seems to have a hell of a lot of junk. We're going to give you a pointing specialist, an expert in their craft. This hero knows all the mistakes that can be made and how best to avoid making them. For those of you who've never looked at a Skink Priest, these are his mounts. 4 different mounts, right? So you can put him on a pterodon. That sounds kind of cool, doesn't it? You fly around. But no. You can put him on a stegodon, an ancient stegodon, or an ancient stegodon with the engine of the gods. Now, the engine of the gods is pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. You get to basically summon like some sort of like laser beam from the heavens to come down and like purge whatever it's firing on. That is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. It's kind of like that weapon from Gears of War, if you've ever played that game, where you like aim it and there's like this little red beam and you're aiming at a dot and then a satellite fires this beam down. So it's kind of like that. But really the trick is you just want them on the stegodon because it's got the biggest, it gives you range. It also puts you on a giant dinosaur so you can beat the crap out of stuff as well as shoot it from 360 range away, whatever them is, it meters, I don't know, 360 range. So yeah, you want to put them on a stegodon, not an ancient stegodon. If you're feeling really like, you know, crazy, you could put them with the engine of the gods, because the engine of the gods is kind of fun. But really go with the stegodon. There's my 2 cents. I'm going to save up for my gold because it also lowers the... Oh no, it doesn't. I thought it lowered the cost of Sauruses, but it doesn't. So, never mind. But it does give me more money, which I obviously want. I don't really want to get ambushed. So I'm going to move up to here and maybe do an ambush myself. He really has a peasant army, doesn't he? That's quite good. That's pretty good. And for some reason, these guys haven't gone to war.
Honor to your ancestors.
I'm quite surprised by that. But, okay, never mind. I suppose they've been distracted by old squid face over there. Oh! Oh, look at that. He's replaced. He's been... What do they call it? When in army, someone was looking after something and then someone came and relieved them. That's it. Relieved. There we go. +5 melee attack for my Sauruses. So happy. Oh, -10 negative growth. I'm not happy about that though. That's crap. There we go. That's all good. Lord Croak. Lord Croak, old bean. You need some more skill points. Arcane Convergence. +20 Winds of Magic Power Reserve. I love it. I love it. Oh no, I don't love it. I can't reach. That's rather... Oh, maybe I can... No, I can't reach. Okay, never mind.
The council is disappointed.
And what can the Dawi do?
I'm rather concerned because I know he went this way, but I can't see him. And we're going to have to play the... Look, see, ambush success chance, 100%. It's not me making it up. Apparently I have a 100% chance of ambushing. We shall see. Okay, so we've researched our Saurus stuff that we can for now. We cannot advance until we get interpreting the old one's meaning, for which we need a scrying pool, and then we can get some upkeep reduction of 10% for Saurus infantry and get them some more. Well, that's a lie. We can get them one more good thing. These two are for temple guards. Yeah. So there. What do we want next? We could go with this because it's already had 1 point of research in, and then it unlocks this, which is not entirely exciting. Or we can get Tablet of Monuments, get 10%, 10 plus 10 growth, and then get some reduction on construction costs and time. I think that's what we'll do. And that looks like a good plan. I don't need the Blessed Croxagores yet, but I think I'm going to have to grab them. Well, one at least, because if I want to take Qitsal, then I'm going to need one. Well, that's not entirely true. I don't actually need one. I could just wait a turn, besiege the settlement, wait a turn, and then attack, but But I'd rather not do that. Just because, you know, I don't have the time. A Sword of Cain has been claimed, eh? Alright, give me my gold. That's not particularly great odds, is it? Try and steal some technology. Well done, young man, well done. Alright. What I'm going to have to do is attack these guys, because if I attack the settlement, which I'm not even actually sure I can, I can just about, yeah, because if I attack the settlement, then these guys will just run past me and then take my city, and I don't want that to happen. Well, they're saying that if I move over here, I might not even be able to catch them. They might run away. Nah, they won't run away. Oh crap, they won't run away. But I do have enough to be able to ambush still, which is fucking good. That's really, really important. Okay. I'm going to have to drop a little ambush and hope that he tries to... Well, hope that we catch him in an ambush. How much is this next level? So, if we spend 1600 here, that basically leaves... That's like saying we add 1,000 on next turn to what we've already got. Which would, I think, just about be... Yeah, it would be enough. Okay, so we can... Yeah, I think that works out, so cool. Alright, I hope this works, because I mean, we can beat them up anyway, but I'd rather not have to deal with the two at the same time. Hello, my friend. Defensive alliance? No, we've already discussed this, Tehenwen. We've already discussed this, my friend. I know you're a skink, probably not as smart as me, but, you know, try and remember. Oh, my ambush foiled. Or was foiled. But that's okay. They didn't attack, and they don't actually know that I have Lightning Strike. They think that moving into the settlement is like a good move, but they're silly. Hold on, where's did the other guy just run away? I mean, that would be very Skaven-like, wouldn't it? Ow. Well, that's not good, is it? Oh shit, I don't have the money to build that now. What did I have in the garrison here? Oh my god. Alright, no, it's not quite as much as I thought. For some reason I thought there was more. Alright, let's grab these blessed spawn. Why not? Good times. Oh, the Legion of Chaqua. Ignominious defeat at perfidious Skaven hands has only strengthened the already steely resolve of Chaqua's surviving Saurus. Cool. Alright, they are all dead. You can build some walls. You can't quite put in the Chameleon Shrine, but never mind. I'm really loath to destroy a building that gives me 270 gold. But I've got to do it now, unfortunately. Because I need that. I want that skink building. So our geomantic web strength is at 2. So I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but obviously this can power up to 5 levels. And so obviously if we were at level 1 and we put this edict in, we would get +1 to public order, +10 to growth, and 2% income from all buildings. But because we're at level 2, we get 2 public order, 20 growth, and 4%. That's amazing. I guess that's the correct one to put in, right? Yeah, we'll do that. that, we have some stuff. Some stuff to give. Bang. Save some money, get some more movement range, which is very nice. Alright, on to here. Kind of wish I hadn't killed my Skink Priest by accident. Would have really liked to have been able to scout ahead. Never mind. Never mind indeed. Iranu indeed. I'm getting really tired of your crap, Hugrim. Okay, nice. Regimes cannot be maintained without strict discipline. This is true. The Rite of Awakening has been unlocked. Okay. So we can summon up a Slan Mage Priest. We don't need one right now, so I'm not going to do that. Alright, let's get this building in first. And let's drop this in as well. Let's take a little wander. Can't quite reach. That's... It's a little bit annoying. I don't think it's 100% there either, but it'll have to do. It failed. I'm presuming their chap is probably in here, you know, recruiting our armies. Oh no, where's this raid? Oh no, that's up here. Oh man, we're one turn away from... Oh, he's all the way over here. He should be able to reach this next turn, so we should be fine. We should be able to have an actual walled garrison over there. Which might or might not be able to hold out. We could just recruit up a lord over there just to, you know, play it safe. Grab this pompous skink. Just checking their base fight stats. So an ancient Kroxigor. He comes with more armour, slightly less leadership. He's much quicker. His attack's the same. His defense is much worse. Has a bit more attack about him, and he's anti-infantry. He has a bit more beat to versus infantry. Interesting. Interesting. I think to defend the settlement, I'd probably take this guy. I don't know. We'll see. I am going to grab this because I really don't want a random assassin just taking him out for 5 turns, because that would really be annoying. I mean, we should be fine. But certainly, they've looked more than trash. Now, their plague claw catapults are certainly going to bug me. Because ideally, if they didn't have the plague claw catapult, ideally what I'd like to do is basically just march up and say hello and smash them up. However, that isn't really an option. Well, it is an option, but it's a dangerous option. We're just going to assault the crap out of everything. I'm aware their plague claw catapult will start firing on us, but life is life. Oh, look at this. Look at them all conglomerating over there. That's what I need. I need them all to gather together and then just drop a massive deliverance of Itza on them. And then stand back and laugh and go... Not as bunched up as I'd like them to be. Get over there. Far away. They're banging away at the doors. For a little, that's a mini deliverance of Itza. I still need them to. I don't want to waste it, so I don't want them to. Can you just guys go and just deal with these while my Croxicores smash the doors in? Oh no, they haven't done the thing where they've like let them in, but they're not actually. Come on, Croxicores, get in properly. Right, my Croxicores are kind of in, but they're not in. They are in. They should be hitting their own peeps though. He still needs to smash the door in. Alright, here we go. Alright, that wrecked up a bunch of them. I kind of don't want to jump down because it seems like these guys can't fire properly. Huh? How did they get over here? Well, now I'm just immensely confused. Oh, I take back what I said. It seems they can fire properly from there. Have we bust this door open? No, we haven't. Can you stop running away as well? Right, that all seems to be going pretty well over there. Alright. You get that. You get that as well. You get them. Remember when I said go and attack that? I'm pretty sure I said that. Or at least I insinuated that they should do. I'm going to have to start dropping mini ones here on some of these more dangerous units because they're not bunching up quite how I'd like them to. Has he bust that door open yet? No. Oh, remember when I said go and attack these guys? Remember that? Pretty sure that's what I said. Remember when I said go and climb some walls as well? Alright, is he in there? Good. They're getting wrecked up. Let's drop a big one here. Just because I might be able to hit these two. Okay, that's pretty good. Steam over here. Krogar should be doing. Gor-Rok should be doing alright. It's not going really well over there, but this is going fine. These guys, not big fans of climbing that wall. Must have told them about 16 times. Don't want to do it. Out of there. Let's drop a little one there where those plague priests are. Chase these guys down. Yeah, mess them up. Ooh, is he having a little bit of a tougher time than I thought? You guys get in there. Oh, I can actually drop him on there. For some reason I didn't think I could drop it on there. Yeah, that just deleted a bunch of troops, so that's pretty good. Alright, you go get them. You come back down this way. Dealt with what you were dealing with. Trust them. Back and mess that up. Kill Lord Skroak. charge into the back there. That's pretty nice. Oh, look at these cheeky bums. Oh, getting a bath in gunge. Come on, lads. Come on, lads. Stop being so tired. Ooh, it's a bit of clubbing. Oh yeah, just stand there, watch. That's good. Alright, we got him. We got him. Pyrrhic victory, my ass. I was outnumbered like over 3-1. No, I wasn't. That's not true, actually. I was outnumbered about 2-1. And we all know one Saurus is worth the same as one clan rat. I mean, that's fact. Everyone knows that. Oh, immune to swamp attrition. That's actually not awful. Oh, what was that? Hold on, come back here. Oh, look at that! I didn't even know we had a quest for this, but there we go. The Lord of Strength, the old one, exactly does not perceive this portent solely as raw vigor. Anyway, blah blah blah. Blessed spawn, Pterodon riders, Fire Lich. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. If only they had siege attacker. I would, I'd actually use these. I mean, to the point where I actually might drop 2 of these and put these 2 in. Let's have a think about that. I might do that. I might not. That would reduce the upkeep of them straight away as well, which would be quite nice. Oh, we can get the feral cold ones. They die like crap, but they are quite handy in the early game, these feral cold ones, just to chase down, especially when you're fighting against rats, just to chase down, like, you know, slingers and other random crap. Let's get a holy ziggurat over here. We'll leave that because I might just get crushed over here in a minute. Oh, have they taken care of what's his face? I'm presuming they must have. Yeah, they're no longer there. Okay. This isn't even easy to deal with straight away. It's got 3 settlements. So this random rat tribe that was here, random rat clan, was also vanished. I wonder if he'll take peace. I cannot see. I am going to grab this guy. Very little difference here, isn't there, as well, in terms of their melee defense as well. Just so that if I do get attacked, I've got a bit more oomph. Grab these. Let's go sequence of the city. Every plaza, every ziggurat, every stone. Each element must be laid out exactly as the old ones decreed. construction cost minus 15% for provincial capital and settlement buildings. All good. Yeah, hold on, did I lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Okay, so I basically lost 2 Saurus in that last fight. 2 full units of Saurus. Which I can't quite replace right now. Well, I could get these 2 in as well, I suppose. But I can grab those at any point, so I'm not going to do that just yet. Hello, my friend. No, let's not do that. However, would you care to no. Alright, never mind. Okay, so he's still just raiding over there, he's not actually attacking. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, it's not great, it's like causing me some public order issues.
Your prestige grows, my lord.
Gor-Rok, the great white lizard, sees his jungle home infested with rats, the dead, and unwelcome outsiders. His first order of business is therefore to put an end to their lives. And unlives. Indeed. Lustria and the Southlands largely lie in ruin because of the Great Catastrophe. In the times that followed, warm-blooded men and beasts settled upon the continent, and they have no right to the sacred lands they occupy. They must be expelled. Yeah, I agree. We must expel the warm-bloods. Kick them out, I say. Well, I suppose at least if you were to get killed, this Crown of Command would never bother me ever again, so that'd be pretty good. No one seems to actually be coming to attack me yet. Oh, I just can't reach. Just can't reach. Do I want that? It's an interesting question. No, not yet. Let's bang that in. I'd love to just go and smash up the mangrove coast. But I do need to be a little bit careful. Get more logs. I don't think so. Ich no think so. No, give me more money. And more logs. I love logs. I love log. That's it. Get lost. They're still just raiding and not attacking, so life is pretty good over there. Sort of. And public order's not horrendous either, so. Oh, happy populace. Good! Distract your people with brutish games. Crowd flock to the fighting pits and the arenas to revel in the violence and forget their woes for a time. What woes do you have? I mean, we're in a nice, like, jungle. It's pretty good, if you ask me. We're about to not actually grab some mangroves, which is quite annoying. I literally don't think we can make it. In case you're wondering why I keep going into ambush mode, is that if they happen to be there and want to walk out, we can ambush them. And if they don't happen to be there, they don't know where I am.
Curse Mike, the Pirate King is no pawn.
Oh, yes.
And why do you pester?
Come on. Come on.
I thought I was the crazy one.
You are crazy. I'm offering you a good deal, man.
This smells fishy.
Your mum's fanny smells fishy, you prick. Never mind. Oh, why'd you have to actually get like a... Ooh, what was that? Why do you actually have to send the Skink Priest over? Hate Skink Priests. Spreading their plagues. They've stopped raiding over there though, for what it's worth. Ah, good. Come this way. And you leveled up as well, which is pretty good, so bang. No one there. Alright. I suppose we can drop that in, that's pretty good. Since we're already getting a bit of cheeky growth from there. Alright, Gor-Rok's all good in that regard. Obedience, agility, no, we're going to buff up our proud warriors even more. But first, we're going to get some more leadership. Or no, actually, sorry, tell a lie. That's a complete lie. We're going to get Unrelenting Assault, so he has perfect vigour and 5% physical resistance. And then, yeah, 10% physical resistance for all Saurus and plus 10 melee defense. Beast! As for you, my fat toad friend. I do like all of this stuff, but there's other stuff I like more. I am going to bang this in because that was a little bit of a slow replenishment. I know we're getting it full now, but I want to make sure that we're replenishing at optimal levels.
Against the code.
Can we not go around? I don't know. We'll worry about that next time. Techless, hello. Do I want to trade with Techless? Not particularly, because I need to destroy you. I need to destroy these guys. Well, I say need. I don't actually need to destroy these dwarves, but I will destroy these dwarves. But I'm not going to trade with Techless. I mean, if this was like really like loads of money, then maybe, but it's not. But I mean, feel free to deal with my enemies for me. That'd be pretty good. A military alliance. No. But what you could do is do that. You think you're gonna hide in there, do you? Think that this is how this game works. Actually, it's probably a good idea that you didn't join the war against Clan Pestilence, considering you've just been declared war on by the Awakened. That's nice. Oh yes, I can get my Skink Chief, dude. Yes. I'm gonna grab you. You never know, we might bomb you in an army one day. I didn't actually want to recruit you down there. I wanted to recruit you up there, but I suppose it is what it is. Doop. Alright. You, seems like we don't need you right now, so I'll get rid of you. Give me some more money. Now, if I pop in there, and then go there, and then land there, I'm the correct side of this river, I believe, to just be able to attack next turn. So that's pretty good. Unless I get attacked, which could happen. I'm going to grab my Pterodon Raiders. Just to be on the safe side. Yeah, just to be on the safe side. And I'm going to end this turn. And I'm also going to end this episode here as well. Nice 2-hour first episode. And we didn't get attacked. That's all good. We don't know 100%, but we're pretty sure that there's an army in there. Good. Your Slime Mage piece of research has revealed the whereabouts of a distant but accessible... Oh no, we've already read this, haven't we? So we want to mount... the wording's the same, I think. Oh no, it's not actually. The mount plaque. Usable once, powerfully defend your greatest sword scar veteran against agents of ancient enemy. Is it worth sending an expedition, especially to retrieve this one-off advantage? So, enemy hero success chance minus 20% for all characters, and enemy hero self-defense plus 10%. And I give up $2,000, and this lasts for what, 14 turns? Okay, cool. But yeah, we are going to end this episode here. I'm pretty happy with the start we've made. We've managed to get Gor-Rok up to level 14 and Croak up to level 16. We have taken the Southern Great Jungle. A lot easier than what I anticipated. I'm very surprised we never got an army come up north. I suppose Clan Pestilence were a bit too busy dealing with the Blessed Dread. And then we just smashed them. I mean, I don't know what they've got here in Chupayotl. I think there's an army there. It could just be clan rats, or it could be something tougher. Probably not, because they're now kind of stuck in a place where they can't have anything above tier 3. But that could include, Plague Claw catapults. It could include, Rogers. There's still some nasty stuff they could have. But they are pretty much on their last legs. I'd like to think very early in the next episode we will crush these. And then once we've done that, we'll probably look to stabilise a little bit. Get this place up and running. Public order... we'd probably have to grab another army actually here. You know what? I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll grab another army, or just another hero that I'm going to actually start levelling up, and then we'll use the Mark of the Old Ones as a bit of a sack city, and then level up another lord. I think that's what we'll do, or we'll look to do. I don't know. We'll decide on the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed what you've seen, if you found it useful, if you found it entertaining, please consider leaving a like. And if you haven't liked what you've seen, you think it's a piece of shit, then what the fuck were you watching 2 hours for? Don't know. But anyway, join me next time when we'll continue the adventure. Till then, take care. Bye bye.